AITA for telling my daughter of course she could move in with me without talking to my wife first? I have been married to Nora for about 5 years, together for 7, and she has a daughter who is 10. I have a 16-year-old daughter, Ria, from my first marriage who lives in another state with her mom as has for the last 8 years. It was kind of a complicated situation where both of us were being transferred for work, we were already divorced, and we agreed my ex would take Ria, and I would fly her out once a month for a weekend and have her every summer/every other holiday. It was a hard decision, but the three of us have made it work and are very happy. Nora also has always said she loves Ria like she's her own, and I have never thought she was lying until recently. Without getting into it in too much detail, Ria has been experiencing extreme bullying from boys at her school, and the school's response has been abysmal for the level of harassment. My ex and I have been in constant contact with the school, and the situation has only gotten worse all semester. Nora knows about all of us this and has been very sympathetic when Ria was talking about it here over Thanksgiving. My ex and I have been planning on sending Ria to a private school in the area next semester. There's only the one public and one private one in the area. Things have apparently gotten worse since winter break started, and the boys have ramped up the bullying. Ria called me the other day completely devastated. My ex was around, but basically she doesn't see an end in sight even with going to the new school. The parents and school have been useless, and she doesn't want to keep living like this. She asked if it would be possible to come and live here, basically switching the schedule. I told her of course we could, that we would do everything in our power to help her with this. I talked to my ex a little after speaking to Ria, and while she's completely devastated about everything, she sadly agreed. She has said she's working on seeing about transferring to my area or even getting a new job, but agrees with me that Ria needs to get out of this situation before the new semester begins. After that call, I immediately called Nora to discuss with her. Even though she's been sympathetic to everything, she completely lost it at me, telling me that I should have said no until I talked to her. She said this was too much of a change for her daughter and would disrupt our home too much, and as my wife she should have a veto on it. I was shocked and honestly appalled and told her she was being unreasonable. I wasn't going to tell my traumatized daughter she couldn't live with me because I needed my wife's permission. She hung up on me. That night I came home and she had sent her daughter to her mom's, and she tried basically laying down. She didn't sign up to be a full-time stepmom, she was saying no to Ria moving in, and if I insisted on still going through with it then she would have no responsibilities towards Ria, and if I asked her for help she'd say no. I basically told her this was ridiculous, goes against everything she agreed to when we got together, and if that's how she wanted to be I would reconsider many things I had agreed to, such as her being a SOM starting next year. She kind of gave up/calmed down after that, especially because when her mom dropped her daughter off she told us, without her daughter there, that Nora was being ridiculous and she was ashamed of her. I thought that would be the end of it, but she's been bringing it up to some of our friends and a few of them have agreed with her. Although it seems like she's stopped fighting it, she still insists that she wants no responsibilities towards Ria, who drives, does her own laundry, and is an independent young lady anyways, and that any and all decisions regarding Ria, especially financial ones, need to go through her before I say anything to Ria or my ex. I haven't even asked her for help and have been working on registering Ria for school and finding her a therapist in the area myself. I'm starting to think this marriage is doomed, but I'm wondering if I'm in the wrong about what I did? Edit, because this is a little overwhelming now. Our daughters get along amazingly despite their age differences. In fact, we also get along with our respective exes great. To the point that last summer when Nora's dad was going through chemo, my ex let both girls go back to stay with her for a week because we were so overwhelmed. He's in remission now, but it was bad for a while. Both our exes were at our wedding. Her ex also lives far away and only has visitation, and pays quite a bit in child supper, which is how she'd be a SOM, and he is also on board with it. AITA for telling my wife I won't be as stressed out next year because I won't be married to her? I've, 32M, been married to my wife Jen, 32F, for a little over 7 years now. Up until about 2 years ago, things were great. However, a disastrous move, a few family emergencies, and a totaled car have left us in a terrible financial situation. All our savings are pretty much gone, 401k's empty, and we're hemorrhaging money. Before we bought our house 2 years ago, things were amazing financially. We made the mistake of buying a nice 3-bedroom house because we planned on having kids. Those plans, thankfully, got put on the back burner because adding a kid into this mess right now would kill us. It's not really a mystery why things are like this. Jen and I are both underpaid at our jobs, and we moved into a high cost of living area like morons. Last December, I told Jen one of two things needed to happen: we either sell the house or start making more money. The latter would most definitely mean finding new jobs that would pay us a market rate. Jen pushed back on this because she loved the house and her current job. I told her she had to choose one and couldn't have it both ways, and after a week of arguing, she agreed we would look for new jobs. It's been almost 6 months now. Last Friday, I signed an offer for a new job. It's over a $35,000 raise for me. Jen, however, has done nothing. In January, she asked for a raise in the market rate and was very disrespectfully told by her manager that she was not worth that. She was shown the door to leave if she wasn't happy. Jen has taken this as her putting in the effort and done nothing else, telling me we should wait and see what happens with my job search. I'm not happy about this. When I came home Friday and told her I got the job, she got pissy because I clarified this does not mean she can stay at her job. We fought again, and I told her that this would mean we only stop hemorrhaging money on the house. We will be able to save only a little and would still not be close to refilling our 401ks. Kids, the whole reason we got this damn house would be entirely off the table. We haven't talked much since then. Yesterday, her parents visited for dinner. Despite my best efforts to keep them out of it, Jen announced my new job to her parents by saying maybe I'll stop complaining about money once I start. I don't know why I said it, but I replied with, "Oh, don't worry, Jen. I won't have to worry about money a year from now because we'll be divorced by then." Things got quiet real quick after, and I excused myself. Her parents left shortly after, and she slept on the couch to avoid talking to me. I've not talked to Jen or her parents since last night. Things are very cold between us right now, and I genuinely wonder if I did something last night that probably ruined my marriage. Update: yeah, I messed up. People are rightfully tearing into me for wondering if this marriage didn't end when those words came from my mouth. I went to Jen last night to talk, and she refused to even say a word to me. She ended up locking herself in our bedroom and finally told me to go away. I'm scheduling some consultations with divorce attorneys today. Some people are asking about car accidents and family emergencies, mostly blaming me for them. The car was neither of our faults. An uninsured driver hit my wife's fully paid-off car. Insurance gave us peanuts. The family emergencies were a handful of things that were just unluckily close to each other. I don't think you can really assign blame to these kinds of things. People will probably say I'm covering my ass or something and still blame me. Whatever. The big fuck up was the house, which I was 50% responsible for. Before I wrote this post, I probably should have admitted to myself that I spoke my feelings at dinner and got my wish. AITA for telling my wife the lock on my daughter's door does not get removed till my brother-in-law and his daughters are out of our house? My brother-in-law, Sammy, lost his home shortly after his divorce 10 months ago. He moved in with us and brought his twin daughters, Olivia and Sloane 18, with him a couple of months ago. His sister, my wife, and I have one daughter, Zoe 16, and she and her cousins aren't close but get along fine. Olivia and Sloane have no respect for Zoe's privacy, none. They used to walk into her room and take everything they get their hands on. Makeup, phone accessories, clothes, school laptop, etc. Zoe complained a lot, and I've already asked the girls to respect Zoe's privacy and stop taking things. My wife and Sammy saw no issue with this. After all, they're girls and this typical teenage girl's behavior. I completely disagreed. Last straw was when Zoe bought a $60 MAC makeup kit that looks like a paint set that she saved up for over a month, and one of the girls, Sloane, took it without permission and ruined it by mixing shades together while using it. Don't know much about makeup, but that's what Zoe said when she found the kit on her bed, and was crying. I told my wife and she said she'd ask Sloan to apologize, but I got Zoe a lock after I found she was moving valuable belongings out the house because of this incident. Sammy and his daughters saw the lock and weren't happy. The girls were extremely upset. Sammy asked about it and I straight up told him. He said my daughters aren't thieves. It's normal that girls of the same age borrow each other's stuff. He said Zoe could easily get another makeup kit for $15 from Walmart and shouldn't even be buying expensive adult makeup in the first place, and suggested my wife take care of this defect in Zoe's personality, trying to appear older than she is. He accused me of being overprotective and babying Zoe with this level of enablement. I told him this between me and my wife, but she shamed me for putting a lock on Zoe's door for her cousins to see and preventing them from spending time with her, saying I was supposed to treat them like daughters, then demanded I remove it, but I said this lock does not get removed till her brother and his daughters are out of our house. She got mad I was implying we kicked them out and said her family'll hate me for this. So I reminded her that I let Sammy and his family move, in which something her own family refused to do, so she should start with shaming/blaming them for not taking their own son and nieces/granddaughters in. If it wasn't for her family's unwillingness to help, we wouldn't be dealing with this much disturbance at home. Everyone's been giving me and Zoe silent treatment and my wife is very much upset over this. What do you think? This girl, 18F, got pregnant and she and her parents want me, 19M, to step up and help her raise her baby. I am not the dad, but I want to go into the Corps. I told her no. I feel bad though. Basically, this girl I always had a crush on got knocked up by some random loser, and now while she is pregnant she has been wanting to date me. Her parents want me to step up and be a man, so they don't have to help her take care of the baby for like the next 18 years and have her stay with them. She is not a piece of cake, BTW, but the thing is I am not the dad. She said she wants me to be her boyfriend and for me to get a job and a place for her and me to live to help raise our kid. My dad told me to tell her to go F herself and not to put my dreams to the side, and that I am so young and just a kid myself and to never ever in my entire life get involved with her. He said her baby is not my responsibility and he will be heartbroken if I voluntarily take on this burden. He fully supports me going into the Corps. I told her I do not want to get involved with her. Her dad told me I am not a real man. Update: I have been able to successfully block this girl and her parents on all social media platforms and their phone numbers and home phone as well from my cell phone. I have also gotten a temporary restraining order. There is a legal process you have to go through for a real permanent one, but I am working on it, against her and her parents. None of them are allowed to contact me by any means, including phone, email, mail, in person, or by someone else. If they do, the sheriff will have his deputies go to their house and bring them to the local jail. What do you think? Tofu by buying everyone an Ancestry DNA kit and ruining Christmas. Earlier this year, Ancestry DNA had a sale on their kit. I thought it would be a great gift idea, so I bought 6 of them for Christmas presents. Today my family got together to exchange presents for our Christmas Eve tradition, and I gave my mom, dad, brother, and 2 sisters each a kit. As soon as everyone opened their gift at the same time, my mom started freaking out. She told us how she didn't want us taking them because they had unsafe chemicals. We explained to her how there were actually no chemicals, but we could tell she was still flustered. Later she started trying to convince us that only one of us kids need to take it since we will all have the same results, and to resell extra kits to save money. Fast forward, our parents have been fighting upstairs for the past hour, and we are downstairs trying to figure out who has a different dad,